Do you want to win the LCS? Do you want to win the World Championships? Then have I got the players for you. Forget your fancy imports. These are homegrown, homemade, honest-to-goodness NA talent. I'm Canadian. Be like hockey! Here are the top candidates to promote from Academy to the LCS next year as domestic rookies. Of all the domestic players in the Academy and Proving Ground scene, Kenvi is the most promotion ready. The 18-year-old jungler had his first taste of the big league in a one-game appearance at the end of the summer split, and now it's time for him to become a full-time LCS starter. Kenvi is a well-rounded player, but he excels on high-resource carries and champions that can apply forward pressure like Graves, Xin Zhao, and Lee Sin. Only Contracts and Jose Dioto dealt more damage than Kenvi across Academy and Proving Grounds, and both are far more experienced players. 100 Thieves believe so much in Kenvi that they held him out of Proving Grounds in the summer and brought him along to Europe for Worlds, so he could play solo queue against the best possible talent. The big question is whether 100 T believe in Kenvi enough to sell Closer and promote Kenvi, or whether they try to sell his contract to another team for a sizable payday. Or maybe there's a world where they keep both and let them compete for the spot internally throughout the year. 100 Thieves are facing a similar question in the top lane, where Kenvi's teammate Tenacity is also approaching LCS level and has the potential to try to capture Someday's spot. So there are a lot of possible permutations here. In my opinion, Kenvi has the potential to be a top 3 LCS jungler within the next couple of years, and Tenacity has a long LCS career ahead of him too. I'm hoping we'll see them both take the next step in 2022. Next up, we've got a former Fortnite pro who might just become the next starting mid laner for Evil Geniuses. In my opinion, Jojopyun has the highest potential of any North American player outside of the LCS right now. He turned 17 very recently after spending the full year with EG Academy. The first thing you need to know about Jojopyun is that he's as pure of a hands player as you're gonna get coming out of NA solo queue. He's all about mechanical outplays and flashy moves, and he's got the arrogant, in-your-face playstyle to match. If you want to watch a player who will go 10-1 or 1-10 in any given game, Jojo is your guy. That manifests in his laning outcomes, where he was one of the best laners in Academy all year long. His plus 300 GXD10 was third among mid laners who played at least 10 games, and both of the players above him played only 12 games in Academy or Proving Grounds. Jojo is a focal point player. Games tend to revolve around him because of the pressure he applies in lane and the proactive plays he's always hunting for. The most likely way Jojo could land in the LCS for 2022 is if EG promote him internally to replace Jizuke, who's a free agent. But I would be absolutely shocked if EG haven't fielded multiple big money offers on this guy. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. The next promotion candidate brings us to the bot lane, where Golden Guardians have been nursing along the possible next piece of their long-term domestic rebuild. I've been saying for most of the year that Prismal was ready to move into the LCS a while ago, and after watching him hard carry Golden Guardians Academy way deeper into the Summer Proving Grounds tournament than anyone expected, I'm more convinced than ever. GGA were a mid to low tier Academy team for most of the year, but despite playing with a very inexperienced roster, Prismal kept himself on par with players like Luger and King, who usually dominated the bot lane conversation. He converted farm into damage very well, even while teams regularly attacked him as his team's primary threat. Prismal is versatile too. He was a Ziggs player well before everyone else became a Ziggs player. He played the Yordle Bomber 17 times this year with a 5.1 KDA, but that was only one piece of his deep champion pool. He played 7 different champions 10 times or more, and won games on 17 different picks across the entire year, including playing melee champions alongside his supports Senna at times. This offseason, the timing is perfect for Golden Guardians to promote Prismal into the LCS. If none of these players wet your whistle, don't worry, I've got a lot more over in showroom number 2. I haven't even told you about Isles or Ayla yet at support, and then we've got Harry for even more oceanic flavor, and then we've got Jan and Spawn and Yursan. I mean, he's an import, but if you want an import, then there's Luger and Takeover, and wait, come back!
Bigger, better, cooler. That is how I would describe North America's performance now that Cloud9 has officially made it out, and who knows who else will be after I film this outro. But it's also the exact way that you can describe the new Alienware Aurora that has released in celebration of Alienware's 25th anniversary. This thing looks amazing. It's an evolution of their legendary design that you may have seen before you've checked out their stuff. It's fantastic. It's just so neat to see what they are doing over there with this new setup. It's just so beautiful. So anyway, I'd love it if you guys could go check out the new Alienware Aurora. You can do so at alienware.com/Travis. There's a link in the description below, and use my code, and yeah, it's going to be fantastic.